Hello? Yes, Thunder. What are you doing, man? You're wasting time. We need you in Africa to fire some of our leaders. Yes, I mean, how can Zambia have one of the largest copper reserves in the world, but 60% of its population still live under poverty and unemployed? You're surprised? I'm surprised too. Listen, copper is used in power generation, building construction, and car manufacturing. But none of these things happens in Zambia. They only extract the copper and take it to other countries.
Everything around Butundo belonged to the Swiss mining company, Multi Glencore.
And leave Zambians in poverty and pollution.
Children suffer the most from this severe environmental pollution.
The boy couldn't breathe and had pain in his chest, and he started bleeding from his nose.
And that is why we need you now to come and fire our leaders. Thunder, please come and fire some of our African leaders. Yes, we don't have time, man. They are destroying the continent. Please come quickly, please. Nigeria. Africa's largest crude oil producer and the most populous nation with the people of African descent in the whole world does not refine its own oil. Nigeria exports crude oil and imports refined petrol. Listen, this means that Nigeria's crude oil is actively creating employment in other countries while millions of Nigerians are unemployed and living in poverty. It was Nelson Mandela who said that until Nigeria gets its act right, the African continent will continue to suffer. Okay, are you angry because of Nigeria's crude oil? Let me blow your mind. I know many of you like chocolate, but do you know that there are chances that the chocolate you had today came from the cocoa bean in West Africa? Because 70% of the world's cocoa bean comes from the African countries of Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigeria, and Cameroon. But surprisingly, none of these countries is the top producer of chocolate. But every day we spend billions of dollars to import chocolate. It's the same thing. The way Nigeria's crude oil is being exported is the way we export our cocoa to import refined goods. As these resources keep going out to power other economies, this is how unemployment and poverty keeps growing.
The origin of this cashew is an illegal land. Now they are taking it to different countries now. We have no machine here, the federal government is not assisting us and the state governments. If we have the machine, all these things could have not gone out. They are taking our resources to the outsiders. So we are losing, we are not making, and it's them that are making.
I can go on giving you other examples and talk about other problems, but this video will be too long. So let's talk about the solutions. You see, I'm a big advocate for the people of African descent all over the world to come back to Africa to invest their resources, their expertise, their knowledge and experiences in different sectors of the African economy. But to be honest, if we do not get leadership right, no matter their investments, our growth will be slow and insignificant. And time is a luxury we cannot afford. So the fastest way for us to grow is to fix leadership. And leadership cannot be fixed if we as individuals do not fix our minds. Let me explain. This man you see was a two-term governor of a state in Nigeria. He was sentenced to 12 years in prison for diverting over 8 billion naira of the state funds into a private account. Barely 6 months after his conviction, he managed to get out of jail. Now that sounds bad, but what is worse is this. When he got out of jail, he was welcomed like a hero. This man pleaded guilty for stealing over $250 million when he was the state governor. He was sentenced to 13 years in prison and he served only 4 years. When he returned, he was also welcomed like a hero. This man right here is the current serving governor of a state. He was caught on camera taking $5 million bribe from a contractor. Even with this evidence, the people still supported him and made him a two-term governor. Now you can see that it's impossible to get quality leadership if we don't build a society of quality individuals. The king is nothing without the kingmaker. And in this case, we are the kingmakers. We, the people, give them the power they possess. Until we build our minds to look beyond religious and tribal sentiments, we will continue to have leaders who will steal public funds and open the gates to foreigners to take our resources while we continue to struggle. Our biggest problem is ignorance, so that is why you have to share this video, because the more enlightened Africans are, the better our chances of building a better Africa.